Carolina, how is your fishing going?
Oh, the fishing, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's kinda slow right now.
Oh, they're not biting?
They're not biting right now, and I don't know what's going on. We gotta just keep visiting the honey hole and see,
Oh,
sometimes it's gotta be just the right temperature and the right conditions. Yeah. How
ah,
about you?
yeah. Well, I was thinking of a story from my youth about fishing with my grandpa. He would get us up early in the morning, and my dad and I and my sister would go, and he would take us to the local gas station to get a bait. You got to
Oh,
have
yeah.
good bait.
Oh, yeah.
So
Good bait.
we'd get a little can of some worms and always some donuts and coffee for
Oh,
the
yeah.
adults and
Well,
donuts
yeah.
for us kids.
Sounds like a good grandpa.
Oh, right, yeah, and I think we'd get a chocolate milk or something. Then we would go to Coon Lake, which is in Minnesota. That's where he lived, and he would bring his dog Duke, because he was a German Shepherd.
Oh, he was a fishing dog.
So we would back out the trailer into the lake, and Grandpa would warn us. He would say, "Now remember, Grandpa forgets the plug in the boat, so don't forget the plug in the boat. Make sure you remind me." So we would get the boat in, and I would be reminding Grandpa the whole time, "Grandpa, don't forget the plug." Every 5 seconds, "Grandpa, the plug, don't forget it." We got in the boat, and guess what he forgot?
No.
He looked at me, he says, "You didn't remind me." And I said, "Grandpa, I've been reminding you." So we'd have to bail into water. Our feet were always a little soggy at the bottom, that fake green grass it's turf. That was something
Oh,
my grandpa had at the bottom of his
oh,
boat, and
that's
it was
interesting.
always
That's
a little soggy.
very interesting. I wonder why he didn't have a couple different plugs though. That just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why not buy an extra plug and put it in your other pocket?
I think he was having a joke on us, and it was a little bit
Oh,
of fun. So, yes, it was a family thing, grandpa forgot the plug all the time.
oh,
Uh,
little feisty guy.
yeah, so we all pile into the boat, the 5 of us, because we had Duke and, my sister and my dad wasn't a fisherman. He didn't really know how to fish, but he was a good sport. So we would go out into the middle of the lake, and we would eat our donuts and drink our coffee/chocolate milk. And then my grandpa would get out the fishing rods and the bait, and he always baited my hook, which I was always very glad because I didn't want to hurt the poor little worm, even though I knew it was going to be eaten by a fish.
Mm,
And then we would put the line in the water, and he would tell me, "When the bobber goes down, you've got a fish." He
mhm.
taught me how to fish.
I like that.
So we'd wait and wait, and then, oh, you'd get the bobber would go down. It was so exciting, and so you would reel your little, you know, fishing pole, and all of a sudden, up popped a Sunny,
Oh.
and I thought, "Oh, that's a very small fish," but Grandpa never put it back. We brought it in the boat. He took it off the hook, and he put it in a bucket, and we got 8 Sunnies that day, or 10.
Oh, yeah, Sunny. Oh,
Good.
that's a
Yeah,
good story. Hey, what's your favorite fish to eat?
to eat. Um, I
The
would
Sunny or
say,
the walleye or the northern
well,
pike or the carp?
I think the walleye. I think the walleye. I think I'm
Ooh.
a walleye girl. I like walleye fingers, a little fried, a little crispy.
Oh, yeah,
Little
yeah.
tartar
Mm.
sauce. Yum.
I tell
Mhm.
you what, I cannot wait to have my first Sunny sandwich. I love the
Ooh,
fried fish sandwich with a little Miracle Whip and, oh, yeah, a lot of salt, of course, salt. And,
yeah.
oh, yum. I love, love, love the fried fish.
Now, I have a question. Have you ever heard of a smelting season?
No,
Have you heard of
no.
smelt?
Oh, wait, I had a neighbor once, and they went smelt fishing, and I never really understood it. Does it include a flashlight or something?
Yeah, I
Do you
think it's at night or early in the morning, and it's only for, like, a week. It's very short season of fishing, and they get these little fish, almost like a sardine, I think, and they get a lot of them, and then they have a big smelt fry, and it's a big deal in some parts of Minnesota.
do they smoke them or do they fry them?
I think they fry them. They might
Okay.
smoke them, but I think
I
they
don't
fry them. A smelt fry, I think I've heard. Mhm.
okay, yeah, I'm not an expert on the smelt, but
Ah, yeah.
I have fished for lots of walleye, and once in a while, the bass. And they're my favorite. I love the bass fishing
Mm.
because they're fighters. And you get one
Ah,
on, and they boom, they dive down, and then all of a sudden they're coming up, and you really got to stay on them. If you can lose them really fast. One time, I was in the boundary waters, and I was in a canoe, and I had a smallmouth on my line, and I thought I was gonna tip the boat because it was fighting so hard, and it was going around, and I was in the front of the boat, and it was going around the tip, and then I got it in, and as soon as I got it in the boat, the line broke right out of his mouth.
oh, so
Yeah,
what happened?
it was in the boat, it was all safe, and we didn't tip, and I was
Oh,
so happy. My heart was a beating.
was it a flapping around like it was
Oh
a
yeah,
fish out of water?
oh yeah, and then we got a picture, and we put that thing back in the water. So yeah, it
Oh,
was
good.
good. It was good. Catch and release is very important, Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Oh,
So
so
what's your
fun.
favorite
Fish
fish hot dish?
fish hot dish.
Oh yeah.
Probably tuna.
Oh,
I
the
do
tuna,
like the
yeah.
tuna. Yeah, I do that, but I was thinking of another time I went fishing. It's
Now
a
wait a
little
minute.
different.
I got
What?
it. Have you ever tried like a salmon hot dish? Oh.
No, have you had a salmon?
Okay. Neither have I. Nope. But it sounds kind of good to me.
So, the fishing that I was going to tell you about is a little different. We went today, the place, and
The name of the
we
place is Today.
is day, is we went today. I know,
Oh,
this is so
day.
funny.
Okay, got
Day
it.
is in, like a day is a place where they had lutefisk, and they and
Oh.
the thing I gotta tell you this because this is a funny family story. We would get our lutefisk in early December, late November. We'd go to Day, and we made some jokes about it because we're going today, tomorrow, just get some fish at day today.
Oh
It's
yeah.
funny. So we're done. But you would have to wear your worst clothes, the ones you were not afraid to throw them out because the smell, Carolina, was
Oh,
so bad. So
yeah.
you would walk in there and you leave your coat in the car because you didn't want it to get infested with the smell. And there was these big vats. Now think of like a cow trough, and in the
Mm.
cow trough was lye, and then these fish would be in there, dead. They're not live, but they're dead. And then you go look in that big trough with the lye, and you go, "Oh, that one looks good. Let's get that one." And they was fish it out, and they put it in a bag, and they give it to you, and you take it, and you make it on Christmas Eve, and you put a butter over it, and you eat your jelly lutefisk, which it looks like
Oh,
Jello because we
oh,
like Jello. Us
oh yeah.
Swedes and
Oh,
Norwegians, we like
oofta, I
our Jello.
just don't think I could do that. I just don't think I can. I
Well,
know I'm supposed to because 'cause we're Scandinavian, but I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm
I
one of those
I
that I
know.
just have to say no and plug my nose and just walk away.
But if you douse enough butter on anything, it tastes pretty good. So
Well,
I
yeah.
would tell you, just put a little extra butter on it and get a little spoonful, and it goes down just fine. It just tastes like butter. But you must burn your clothes after going visiting
Oh,
Day.
yeah. See, oh,
It is
okay.
a
Yeah,
stanky place.
I can see that. So, yeah, you got your butter in one area, and then you go over to the bonfire, and then you have to go get your change of clothes and burn your clothes. Yeah, I got it. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, lutefisk. I tell you what, I just have to pass on that. I know that a lot of Scandinavians like it, but I just can't do it. And yeah, I get in trouble sometimes when I don't have it because people are like, "What's wrong with you?" But
I
that's
know.
just me. That's Carolina.
They have lutefisk feasts and festivals and everything for that. And you have to have the lingonberries and the lefse with some little butter. Again, the butter makes an appearance at most of
Oh yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
dishes on a Scandinavian table.
You betcha. Okay, well, when's your next fishing outing? Do you know?
Well, I don't have anything. I might have to come to your house. Maybe you and I should go fishing. It sounds like you have a lot more fun than
Oh
my
yeah.
little sunnies and my unplugged boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, for sure. You got to
How
come.
about I bring the donuts and the coffee?
Oh
I'll
yeah.
bring the
You bring the
donuts and the
donuts and the
coffee.
coffee. I got the poles and I got all the things, and then we can have a hot dish at the end.
I love it.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have a hot dish off,
Yeah.
see who
Ooh.
has the better hot dish.
Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Good idea.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
make sure we tell our guests, the people listening to
Go fishing.
yeah.
Summer's here.
Yeah.
Go fishing. All right.
Go
We'll
fishing.
see you later, Bethalena. Bye bye.
Bye, Carolina.